We interrupt the internet with breaking news.
Tonight, Bob faces a Swiss art museum that lets people into Cézanne exhibition for free if they show up in swimwear. In one corner, Bob, fully clothed, emotionally distressed for a business casual combat. In the other, high art, bare knees, and a security guard trying to explain impressionism to a man in flip-flops. Good evening, everybody. Great to have you here. I thought art museums were where civilization went to whisper. Apparently, now they're where civilization goes to look at fruit while dressed for a lazy river. A museum near Basel let people into a Cézanne exhibit for free if they arrived in a swimsuit. That is not a promotion. That is a cultural hostage negotiation. Bob lands first. He takes Swiss art and immediately drags it into a coupon crime scene. I respect the strategy. Museums have tried everything to get people inside. Student discount, audio tours, wine nights. Switzerland finally said, what if we threaten pants? The news answers huge. Optional pants in a museum is a haymaker. Bob saw the angle, but reality wore goggles. And the exhibit was for Cézanne's The Bavers. So yes, thematically, it tracks. But that's the problem. Museums should not be this literal. If I go see The Last Supper, I do not want to be seated next to 12 guys splitting breadsticks. Massive Bob counter, biblical casual dining. The judges love blasphemy when it comes with free refills. Bob takes round one. He established control early, mostly because he remains the only person in the building with belt loops. Visitors could show up in bikinis, trunks, or swimsuits and walk around looking at Cézanne, which means somewhere a man stood in front of a masterpiece wearing water shoes. That is not art appreciation. That is a Yelp review with calves. Bob is cooking now. Water shoes inside a museum? That image smells like chlorine and confidence. And imagine the museum gift shop. Usually it's postcards, tote bags, a $42 pencil. Now it's sunscreen, emotional support towels, and one very tense docent saying, please do not apply aloe near the post-impressionists. The news fires back. Once the docent has aloe policy, the institution has lost the exchange. Also, this happened in Switzerland, the most organized country on earth. You know they had rules. No running, no flash photography, no cannonballs into the still life. That's the biggest shot of the night. The news just turned a museum into a municipal pool with existential lighting. But I say this, free admission for swimwear is effective. In America, we can't get people to read a plaque unless the plaque is inside a bar. Switzerland put culture behind a dress code dare. Bob survives the round. He's hurt, but he found the civic shame angle and threw it right at the velvet rope. The news steals round too late. Bob had control, but no cannonballs into still life changed the fight. One visitor said that the weird part was that you're always looking to see who else is wearing swimwear. Of course you are. This is not an art exhibit. This is a beach episode with frames. Clean shot from the news. Bob said the funny phrase, but this situation scored it from reality. That's the real nightmare. You're trying to study brushwork, but your peripheral vision is fighting for its life. Ah, yes, the use of color is, oh God, Trevor wore Speedos to Cézanne? Bob storms back. Trevor in a Speedo has become the people's champion and the museum's HR incident. And now every painting becomes suspicious. You look at the Bavers and think, fine. You look at a bowl of apples and think, why am I underdressed for fruit? Huge news bomb. The apples have entered the chat and they are disappointed in your posture. This is what bothers me. Museums used to make you feel uncultured. Now they make you feel overdressed. I walk in prepared to learn about Cézanne and left wondering if khakis are hate speech. The news unloads late. Bob's dignity is wobbling, the khakis are under review, and the apples are still judging. I'm not against fun. I'm against being peer pressured by European culture with a Dawson saying, "Sir, your towel is blocking the water lilies." That is not enrichment. That's intellectual splash damage. Bob closes strong. Beautiful phrase, but he needed a knockout and instead brought a museum towel. The judges have it. Bob fought honorably, but the news wins by a split decision after Switzerland turns Cézanne into Adult Swim. What we learned. 1. Never make art too literal. 2. If museum admission depends on swimwear, society has entered its gift shop collapse era. And finally, the apples are judging you. Good night. The news wins. Bob remains overdressed, and somewhere in Switzerland, Trevor is still ruining brushwork. Until next time, I'm Bob. Stay weird, keep your pants near civilization, and remember, if a museum says free admission, check whether shoes are still part of the social contract.